All right. We are live.
Awesome.
Yes, and something very wonky has happened with my camera today.
That's
But
okay.
all right. We are live. We're good. We're ready.
We
Sorry we're late,
are.
everyone.
Yes, we are starting a little bit late because we are planning our little writers retreat right now. So in 2 weeks' time, in the middle of Nano, expect to see us streaming a whole bunch more because we are going to be having a little writers retreat up in North Georgia. Woo!
Yay! I'm so
Yeah.
excited about this.
Yes.
And okay, so I'm Sandy, and
I am Chloe.
and we are WordStitch, and we are.
And I refuse to introduce us properly. It will never happen.
I'll do it. I'll do it for you. So we are prepping for Nano today. So in addition to preparing our awesome writers retreat, which made us late today, we are also just generally thinking about prep. We're gonna follow our like normal schedule. So if you're with us and you want to write, you're totally welcome to write during our break times. But I think we're both going to be prepping.
Yeah.
So we'll tell you a little bit about what we're doing to prep, but maybe we should just start with like what our projects are, right? So, because we have like a
Oh yeah,
second
what
or
is
something.
you're doing an angel project still, right? What are you doing for Nano? I don't actually know.
Yes, I am doing an angel project, and it is Angel Off Limits. That's exciting. This is probably the
I
only
love it.
place where you'll hear
I love
that
the
title.
name.
I'm 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 psyched. I have my novella up on Mailer Lite right now, and it's actually like doing really well. Like it's doing way better than anything I've ever done before.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a little frustrating, right? Because like it's taken me so many tries to find something like that. But
Yeah. Wait, where did you say that you have it up on?
oh, sorry, Book Funnel. I said Mailer Lite,
Book
didn't I?
funnel. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, that's like me with Warren's Tabby.
Yeah.
That thing just like blew up, which I did just have the third book come out, and I actually got 3 reviews from my ARC readers, which I think is a
Nice.
record. I got 0 from Booksprout, and that's okay, but I got 3 from ARC readers, and they were all 5 stars. Yay! Yeah,
Yay. Yeah, that's
yeah. So
awesome.
my rating on Goodreads is super right now.
That's very
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But you're not doing the third shifter series for Nano, right? You're doing something else?
No, I am doing a different series. I am also doing some angel stuff, but angel and demon and Christmas.
I mean,
Uh,
I think demons go with angels, right? Like at some point your angel series has to
yeah,
include demons. There's no way
yeah,
around
yeah,
that.
yeah. I feel like it's the demon specifically. Like I've never read a demon series that didn't ultimately also have angels in
Yeah,
it.
it has to. It
I feel like
does.
I could see angels happening without demons. Um,
Yes.
but not the other way around.
Yeah.
It is 4:06 though, East Coast time.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and get our little tenor in, and we'll keep going.
Yeah, so I guess if you're with us, open your project and see where you're at, right? And then we'll
Mhm.
talk about the actual prep that we're doing in a couple seconds.
Yeah, or like get out your stuff to prep with, because that's what I'm going to be doing. Is I'm going to be working on prep in these
Hmm.
in our sprints.
Okay.
So all right, you guys go ahead and start, and we'll see you guys at 16 after.
Okay, we are back. Hold on,
Yes.
my video is messed up in all kinds of these. Okay, we're back and we're technically resolved. So Chloe, what is your prep for right now? Like, what were you just working on?
So I am outlining. I will go ahead and say that outlining is not my forte. So when I say outlining, I don't know how it actually compares to other people's outlining. Um, because I hear insanity a lot. To me, what sounds like insanity, when I hear other people talking about what they do in outlining. So for me, because I am putting myself on a very tight schedule with this book, I'm like, I just kind of wrote very basics. These are the points that are hitting, and now I'm doing scene summaries.
Okay, so that's fairly intense, I think, because at least I mean, you're basically gonna know ahead of time what each scene needs to entail, or what like big plot points they all need to hit.
Right. Except, like, I don't, again, like, when I hear other people talking about outline, it sounds like at such a greater level than what I do. I'm just writing basically like a four-line paragraph of like, this is what this scene is.
So, and do you consider yourself a planner? You do, right? Sort of.
No, no, not even a little bit.
Oh, so this is weird for you.
Yes. I did this last year for Nano as well for a completely different reason. That was the fantasy series that I had tried the year before as well. And my word count blew up on me. So I did outlining last year just to like force my scenes to be like progress as they needed to for the actual plot for that story. Um, I feel like the story would have been great at 200,000 words, but also it was a romance and nobody reads a 200,000 word romance.
Yeah.
So that was why I did it last year. This year, again, it's just because I really need to write that 50,000 words in like
The first
2
15
weeks.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, like if I'm not done with this by by the time our retreat is over, then I'm not going to be able to get this out in time. Which, if it has to sit for a year, that's okay. But I'd rather,
You'd rather get it out. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, so I'm in a similar situation as far as timeline goes. Like my sort of plan for the month is like one day of prepping like this because I'm a plantser, so I'm not really doing a massive amount of planning. And
yeah,
then I need to finish like a 60,000 word novel in 10 days. So again, like same thing with you, right? Like
yeah,
if it's not drafted by the time we're done with our retreat, which will be done right around like November 13th,
yes.
then I'm in trouble. So
What is your hopeful release date?
okay, so my novella is technically releasing on Amazon on November 13th. And then
Oh, but the one that you're writing now,
yeah.
the one that you're going to be ready for Nano.
So I'm not 100% sure. I think it would make the most sense to release it in January, maybe like the second
Okay.
week. I know that's not rapid release, which is what like is sort of like a big strategy for this stuff. But I feel that for my case, since I'm trying to gain a little momentum before I really put out an official book one,
Mhm.
and before I put something on Kindle Unlimited, because the first book will actually go on Kindle Unlimited. The novella
Yeah.
is just sitting there. So I think probably like mid January. But I want it to go to ARC readers by December
Okay.
1st.
So you are having a much tighter deadline than January.
Yes, like the story
Okay.
needs to be polished and in the hands of like any ARC readers who are willing to take it by December 1st. So yeah,
Gotcha. Okay. So you
like
have the same. I'm December 7th, but mine is to publish.
mhm.
I feel like I'm going to. I know it's a bit of a gamble doing this, but I'm hoping that I feel confident enough with my first edit that I can send that to ARC readers and just assume that they're going to be getting a little bit of typos, but the
Yeah.
story is going to be exactly the same otherwise.
Yeah.
Which, for anybody watching, like this is, some people can write like this and some people cannot. So don't feel bad if you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, my first edit is still a train wreck. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Sandy and I both are the sort of writers who do clean enough rough drafts that the edits go really smoothly, and it really doesn't take a lot to have them ready for publication. But again, we're both people who have done this for many, many years and have like figured out methods that work based on the genre that we write.
Yeah.
So again, don't think that you're weird or that we're weird for setting goals like this. We just write in a fashion that allows us to do that.
Yeah. So now, okay, so we are joined today by a couple of folks. So if you are with us, then let us know how you are planning on prepping, and we will keep talking about this as we go on. So Chloe is outlining. I don't outline, but I do. So I will, like, I've set up a beat sheet in Scrivener. So I don't have an outline, but I have sort of a, or rather, I don't have a specific outline, but I have a very generic outline that's sort of been pre-planned for me. And I'm not going to fill it in
Okay.
today. Yeah, but what I do is, so I have this like sheet for myself. It's a basic story planner, and I'm filling out sort of like, so my sentence that I feel I need to be able to answer before I start is, in my genre subgenre story, first name of character, a something something character wants to do something, but obstacle stands in their way. So that's like my basic like
So
structure.
you have a Mad Lib that
I do.
hopefully is not a disaster.
Well, I mean, it ends up being a little more complicated than that, right? So like right now I'm at, in my steamy paranormal angel romance, Orathiel, a greater angel of the Empyrean, must serve as Coraline Marie Basevi's guardian angel. And it like kind of goes from there. But I feel like if I can like name my big characters and then like give them a goal and give them a problem, then I've done okay. And of course, for a novel, it needs to be a little
Yes.
complex. So it's probably more than one problem, right? Like there's the romance line, and then there's also whatever crazy apocalyptic angelic thing is standing
Yeah.
in their ways. Yeah. So I'll do that, and that's what I'm working on for this next session, and then I'll talk more about what I do after that, after our next break, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, hers is a lot more custom than mine. So
Maybe.
Sandy's, we're gonna talk about a bunch about Sandy's. It is 25 after though. So I mean I'm just following like a regular old B sheet that I found online. It
Oh
is
yeah.
25 after, so we are going to work for the next 25 minutes. Oh wow, my computer is freaking out. Sorry. It's Origin is trying to do stuff that it's not supposed to be doing right now. There we go. We'll see you guys in 25 minutes.
Okay. Wow. All my video is messed up today, huh?
um, the timer moved at a good pace at the end there.
Good.
Yeah, I'm seeing if it switches over. It's like 20 seconds behind, but
So if you're watching,
it's working.
we are experiencing some weird slow speeds. Sorry about that. We don't know exactly what's going on that is causing that, but it's happening. In any case, so we were talking about prepping, and I was describing my weird customed way of doing it. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I feel like it's really important. Like for me, I need to know like the main characters and what their biggest goals are and what their biggest obstacles are to completing those goals. And like for this particular book, because it's a sequel to the first book, and because I'm planning an epic fantasy, I also feel like there are like some bigger things that I need to know. So like,
Is this going to be like an open-ended thing, or do you have like a specific number of books that will be in this series?
open-ended.
Okay.
I have a prophecy to introduce, but like
Okay, perfect.
I made it like really, I made it really generic. Like it's a, well, that's not totally true. I made it big.
Yeah.
Like it's a, it's totally corny. It's a sort of, these things have to happen before.
And they're going to happen very slowly over the
So
course of a dozen
slowly. Like
books.
they're not even going to happen in the first book.
Yeah.
Maybe like the first one, maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe we'll like allude to it, but no. And of course, my heroine has a major role to play in the prophecy. So in book one, the biggest thing I need to do is put her in danger, like all of the time. So I need to like constantly have demons and like rebel angels trying
And
to.
then by the last book, it's going to turn out that the prophecy was about Neville Longbottom all along.
Right? Okay, yeah, no. Or she'll.
Slayer of Nagini.
Oh God, yeah.
No,
Or
I don't think it's about Harry Potter.
wouldn't you like to know how that was? How that was? No, I feel like when you do like epic fantasy like this, like I've kind of done the thing where I like overplot it, and overplotting never works for me. So I felt like what I should do with this is more so just have like a general idea of what they're like, you know, sort of like give the universe like a big problem, and then imagine all of the different people who could, you know, be involved in
Yeah.
making it worse. And I feel like as long as I'm kind of constantly building up allies and enemies and such, and like sort of constantly putting my heroine in danger and constantly putting my hero in danger and constantly making them have to save each other,
Yeah.
romance.
We're so frozen, so hopefully the audio is working right now.
Are we frozen again?
Yeah. It's
Ah,
super frozen. But again, maybe the audio is working and people are just listening to us. You know what I love with doing these like open-ended things like that is I love throwing red herrings in for myself and then like
yeah.
figuring out what the hell I'm gonna do with that person like later on.
Yeah, you know, so this is also something I like, and I like characters will just come up. Like in my last book, I sort of, I don't know, like a character just came up and he became jealous, like just right off the bat, and like kind of an asshole, but sort of like a good guy, and it was a whole thing. Oh, that's really weird. So I just clicked a thing on YouTube and a thing changed. Weird things are happening, friends.
Yeah.
Weird things.
Yeah, we're a hot mess right now.
We're a mess.
I'm gonna turn my audio on for a second just to see
See if anybody can even hear us.
Oh yeah. So our audio is perfectly good.
Oh, our audio is good. We just like get frozen in these weird positions.
I just heard you say that the extra character is kind of an asshole.
Right, exactly.
We have a delay, but But we're running our videos
Yeah.
just messed up.
But
So apologies again, guys. This is just our usual. We have actually no idea what we're doing right now.
we're trying. We're trying. We're
Yeah.
writers, not producers.
Yeah.
But and we like wordsmiths. Okay, so here's the other thing I do for my prep is I'll do that like sort of character obstacle thing, like generally, right? And then I'll do character worksheets where I do it specifically for each character. So like, I want to know, what is Arathiel in particular worried about this time. And then the last thing that I do is I write a blurb, like a draft blurb.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you do that. That's clever. I just suck at it. But it's a clever technique that I fully support.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I don't like outlining, right? And I always assume that these things could change because all I'm really doing is giving, like, a setup, right? Like, I don't know how any of this is going to happen. Like, I don't even name secondary characters necessarily. I just hope that they come to life when they need to, and they usually do. But if So I fully expect that the blurb may be very different when I end the book than when I start it. But if I write that, it's like I give myself, I don't know, almost some like major direction, right?
Yeah.
Like I know
I
I've
like
got
the strategy.
It works for me. Or at least it's worked with novellas. This is the first time I'm trying this with a full novel. So we're like taking that out for a spin.
I think for me it doesn't work because honestly, like all of the stuff with like character obstacles and all of that, when I'm writing normally, obviously everything is a little bit different this time because of that really tight time frame that I've given myself. But normally I have no idea what my character's obstacles are going in.
Really?
Yeah.
But
Like I get this whole idea. I like the story that I'm writing for Nano. I only just today figured out what the FMC's obstacle is. Like I literally had her with no obstacle whatsoever, except like no internal obstacle. She had like an external obstacle that she wasn't able to form relationships because of her weird ability. But there was no internal obstacle.
like no challenge.
And then I just realized what it was today. And like that is totally normal. And normally I don't know it until I'm already in the middle of writing this story. It's weird. Like I feel like that there's definitely, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
That I can write a plot without obstacles.
Yeah.
But I do it. And I honestly am not entirely sure what his obstacle is. I have not given him.
But you do end up having obstacles for the characters, right? So it's not like they go.
Yeah, but like so what it is that like I tend to only have external obstacles to start with, just like the basic like plot without the character development.
Yeah.
So I have like the plot driven obstacles, but none of the character driven obstacles.
I don't think I could do it that way. So much of what I'm doing is dependent on, but this is the difference between, I think, a little bit. No, it's not though, because you're normally a pantser. Like,
yeah, I'm normally a pantser. And also, I feel like you'll agree with me when I say that my stories are very much character driven and not plot driven.
Yeah, I do. So this is really confusing. I think if you're watching.
I am in no way claiming that this is normal in any way, but that is the truth of the matter. Like I knew basically what the plot of this story was going to be long before I knew what the characters, like what their driving forces were and all of that.
That is like if I don't have that, if I don't have like a very basic, like my angel is tormented by this major mistake he made in the past, right? So he's driven by never doing that again. And it's like if I didn't have that, his whole personality is based around that. Or like her personality, she's got like a major mental health illness in her family history and a twin brother who's a schizophrenic, and because we're doing angels and demons and psychics and it all falls in really nice.
It makes sense for you.
It totally does. I
decided well after the fact. Here's what it is that this character, and we're gonna wait an extra minute
Yeah. Let's hear this.
to do this, but like, so this character, initially the demon, the MMC in this, initially just was there, and I didn't have a reason for why he was there. But he was there when the angel shows up to kill Clara, and he rescues Clara. And then, like, after I decided that, I realized that he is on a quest to get her lemon bars. Literally, he just read a Yelp review that she had the best lemon bars on the planet, and he's literally just trying to get those goddamn lemon bars.
You know,
And then the lemon bars are out of season, so she has no lemon bars. And it basically refuses to make them because it's like a week before Christmas. And as a cake decorator, that is close to my soul, because people ask for really dumb things at really bad times. And then I realized that, like, in order to give my characters flaws, for the demons, I would have them be embodiments of the seven deadly sins.
yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
And so I, like, debated for a while about whether his was going to be greed or gluttony.
Ooh,
And so I finally decided, like, this is something that I've been working on for like 2 weeks now, and I just decided like 3 days ago
it's
that he was going to be
lust.
gluttony,
Oh,
and
gluttony.
therefore he was just going to be eating constantly. But because he's a demon, he stays hot. But he's literally going to be eating constantly throughout this entire thing, and also just like being really decadent with everything that he does. Um, and then I only just today realized how that could be his character obstacle as well.
Interesting.
So like I built off of like some real dumb shit. And somehow managed to warp that into an actual
Yeah.
character who basically falls in love with this girl. And everybody is like, no, you're an asshole. You're just gonna like chew her up and spit her out like you do everybody else. And so he's got to prove that.
That no, actually, he's not just eating this one and then, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Um,
I think on that note, we should definitely get to our
yeah.
next session.
And there's Chloe's advice on how to never build a character.
Oh dear.
I clicked the wrong button. Hold on. Okay, so it is 3 after, so we will see you guys at 33 after. This is our 1K 30 minute. Obviously, neither of us are writing right now, but if you are actually drafting right now, please absolutely aim to write 1,000 words. It feels good.
Okay. Chloe, I don't think that your volume is on right now. Are you muted?
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
All right. Great. So, for me, that was a lot of like making sure that I remember who the characters were that I named in the last
Why don't you have a
novel.
spreadsheet for that?
Yeah, so I am very pro spreadsheet, but if I want to write fast, what I found is I need everything important in my Scrivener sheet. So what I've been doing with sequels is like every time I write a new book in a series, I sort of like I have a folder called characters with character sheets, and I like copy over the stuff from the previous book and then also
Gotcha.
add things that I need to. So like in this case, the previous book sheet did not include descriptions of like a few of the side characters. So like now I have a page of descriptions from book one. It's a lot to keep track of.
It is.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if Scrivener had spreadsheets?
God, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm always amazed that there is not more of a push for that.
I know. I
I
know.
feel like obviously I don't know how to program, but I feel like making some of that without having any of the like mathematical side of it should be stupid easy.
Oh, I know, because like
Um,
just tables, right? Like, and
yeah,
not tables in a document, like tables
it's just
as
a
a document.
dynamic table,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Instead of the crap show that is the Scrivener
Yeah,
tables.
yeah,
Sorry, Scrivener, I love you, but you dropped the ball on this one very specific thing, and you drop it hard.
yeah,
And thank God, I paid like a one-time fee for Microsoft Word.
yeah, yeah. No, it's totally true, right? Because like
Yeah.
it's such a pain
Or
to.
Microsoft Office, I guess, obviously, is what I was going for because I'm talking about Excel specifically.
Yeah, yeah. No, but okay. So what about you then? You're still filling in your character sheet or your outline? Sorry.
I'm okay. So the way that I am doing this is a very, I'm going to call it stream of consciousness.
Okay.
So I've got a bunch of different files happening at the same time. Like this is all in Scrivener as well. But I've got a sheet where I'm just basically writing the entire plot outline. And then as I finish a section, I'm kind of moving those into my actual scenes. Like when
Okay.
it's an actual developed scene and not just like this
A
is what
random
my
thought.
midpoint is going to be.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm working on right now, which of course I feel like everybody is in agreement that like the midpoint of the story sucks for plotting because it's just building without anything actually
Yeah.
critical happening, especially in a romance, in a movie romance, and like a Lifetime movie. We're in the montage right now, and writing montages I think suck a lot more than filming
Oh, they're
montages.
terrible. You can't do
Yeah.
it. I mean, you have to like move them somewhere, right? Somehow, but so hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I am very much opposed to the Insta Insta love stuff.
Yeah.
But I still sit in the regular time frames of a romance. This one is going to take place in like a week. Um,
So it's effectively insta love, even though you got to show it all happening.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I have to like this is where the characters are changing, or where mostly he's changing. And realizing that like what he needs to do to win her over is not just be like super sexy and invite her to bed. um, so that is what I am working on with the actual plot. But there's also like I'm throwing in all of these character development notes, and there's like world building stuff because of course this is not
A one shot.
contemporary, it's
Oh,
PNR.
yeah.
So I'm like trying to develop an angel and a demon world and
Yep.
structure here. And
Yep.
then also because this is going to be a series as well, there are things that I need to take notes on for the future books in the series.
Oh yeah, no, there's like a whole thing when you're doing angels. You got like an entire mythology to consider. So it's
Yes,
yeah.
and I haven't even, it's funny because I haven't even gotten a little bit into that. I'm still in the like mechanics. I'm doing Seraphim and Cherubim for this.
Hmm.
And I'm literally just writing the mechanics for these characters right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Um
yeah, so I'm kind of doing a scatterbrain, just throwing everything out as my brain comes up with it. And hoping that like as I'm typing one thing out, I'm not forgetting something else. Oh, and then character naming. Always the damn character naming.
uh, but you do well with that. You name your characters early on, don't you? Like I feel like you name them in the prep, not in the
Oh, yes, because
yeah.
if I try to name them during, everything falls apart and I end up with characters whose names change.
That's a problem.
So like I automatically have to do this,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll
Um,
probably try to like name a couple ahead of time. Like I'll do
yeah.
maybe like a side character if they're going to be really important or
Mhm.
but like
And then I also keep a sheet of like bonus names
yes, yeah.
for when I just need a character name on the fly.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
smart. Right. I don't do this. I should because it's smart, but I end up spending so much time on it, and I think I end up spending more time creating a list of potential secondary characters than I actually would just naming one at a time.
Um,
So
I
for me,
Okay, so I totally agree with that in a normal contemporary setting. If I'm writing contemporary novels, I don't need to do that unless there is some sort of like naming convention happening with it.
right.
For this particular situation, and for a lot of the situations, I'm either using foreign names or I'm using like my demons have gobbledygook names here, and my angels have.
Uh oh, you froze. Why did you freeze? Hmm. Well, if you are watching us, we are currently experiencing technical difficulties while Chloe freezes and hopefully comes back to us, as we just lost her video and her audio. But so we were talking about naming and such. If you don't name your characters ahead of time, that is fine. If you want to use Chloe's method, she actually has a really good video up on our site about naming secondary characters, and it's pretty clever. Like, if you've got to think about, say, like a lot of names in a fantasy series, then it is a really smart idea to have a lot of them set up ahead of time. So she sort of has a spreadsheet method that is quite smart. Um, Hopefully, we can get her back in a second. So, her power just went out. So we may not get her back in a second, and that's okay. We're going to have, in just 3 more minutes, another little quick sprint, and hopefully by that point her power will have come back on. I'll see if I can't pull up a timer here myself. If you're with us, let us know how you go about handling prepping. Oh, wait, are we back? Are we not back? Now you're seeing double of me. You don't need that. Let's try to make that go away. Sorry for our technical issues here. Let's pop up a timer. Okay. All right, so when we need to here, we'll just use my Google timer. So I'm not sure, but I was just talking about, I think, naming secondary characters, and hopefully you are getting a lot of good prep in today. I am going to try to finish up my little list of existing characters. Um, I also, for what it's worth, try to name my villains. Like if there's one or two really big ones, then I try to make sure those are named. That is something that you can do as well. And since we are missing Chloe, I think we should go ahead and start our last 10 minutes, and hopefully she will be with us after that ends.
Hey,
She's back! Yay! Oh, good,
I
because we were in
don't
trouble
know what
there.
happened.
Okay,
But I
excellent.
am here to start the last sprint.
Yay, because there was like some flailing that went on right there.
I'm sure there was a lot of flailing on my end and like a begging for you to respond to me because again I didn't understand that even though my computer was still on, there was no internet.
Right, yeah, no, there was zero
um,
going on.
yeah, and like I lost a monitor because I've got an external monitor.
Oops.
But I was like, this is okay. I'm just losing my visuals because like that's where you are right now. I was like, I can keep going. I could not keep going, in fact.
Oop.
Okay, so this is our final 10-minute sprint.
Or prep session.
Or, yes, 10 minutes of getting crap done. Um, let's see. Sorry, just minor, like everything is size wonky now. There. Woo. Okay, we will see you guys in 10 minutes for final thoughts.
Okay. And the video is still all wonky. Alrighty.
It's a cursed session.
Apparently, yeah. Okay, but so we are done. So I don't know about you, but I've still got more prepping that I'm going to be doing before Nano. But
Oh, yeah, I'm literally, like I said, I'm still in the midpoint, and I still have my sim stuff to deal with. So, yes, very much so.
so lots that we still need to get done. But hopefully, if you joined us, you got a lot of work done, and maybe your prep is like partially complete or fully complete by now. So next week we will be on day 4 of Nano, right? So
Yes, we will.
Okay, so for me and also for Chloe, that means, so I don't know about you, but my goal is like 6,000 words a day or something like that. It's insane.
Yours is 6,000. Mine is going to be more like 4,000, I think. But I am off on Friday and Sunday. So hopefully I will be at, well into my teens, if not at 20 by that time.
Yeah, I think I would feel good if I was at 20,000, even if my goal is 6,000. That doesn't quite get me there, but still.
Yeah.
It'd be good.
I think anybody who gets like 20,000 solid words is doing amazing. There's a lot of people who do the like super intense weekends.
Yeah.
I don't know the quality that comes out of that, and I realize this is sounding exactly like the people who poo-poo rat recipes, but there's a point where I don't know that you can sustain that quality. For me, I can't really do more than 5,000 a day and keep that.
Yeah, I can't do 6,000 for a very long stint. That is my dog telling me that it is time for us to do the thing. So thanks for being with us, everybody.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week when hopefully you already have lots of words written and you want a lot more words written.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.